Hello everyone, welcome to another video. And this video it's a property of the Zeus Consulting, and the script that I will show you it's not for a resale. We simply want to show you our automatization process with smoke detectors. The benefits over here for you is to see that this is possible, and if you are familiar with the Dynamo, you will be able to recreate a similar script if you find this script and video beneficial. Our script for smoke detectors can do three different things. For some situation, it will create Excel report. The first thing is when we check the position of each and every smoke detectors and their vision opening. If we spot a situation where smoke detector is not within the size and location of the revision opening, we will report situations like this. The other thing is if we have some smoke detector in the ceiling type which is not like raster ceiling, it is a ceiling type which needs to have revision openings if you have smoke detectors. So if we also spot this situation, smoke detector without revision opening for the ceiling where we need to have revision openings, we will also report this situation. And the third thing is for each pair that we find, pair in the term of um, smoke detector and the revision opening. So for each pair we will create a solid where we will took the profile of the smoke detector and the profile of the revision opening, and we will create a solid geometry, and later we will use that solid geometry to check the collisions with all other installation above the suspended ceiling. And I will show you all of that. Let's go situation by situation. So at first let's run the script to show you how the script works. The script does not use any custom packages, and it has custom user interface. Okay, so this is the user interface. Let's say that at first we want to check all those things for the ground floor. So because our architecture is splitted by the level, I did select architecture Revit link for ground floor. And now because for mechanical equipment, the level is maybe scheduled level, and for fire alarm device, the level is, I don't know, elevation level. So for different devices, you have different name of the levels. So I wanted to simplify. So I expect from the user just to type some portion of the level name for ground floor, that is 00. Later when I run the script, I will show you on devices that for each device on this level, we have this 00 for the level. I need to select a folder where I want to store Excel report. And now I need to choose which family it's used for revision opening, and for which family we want to check access. So for revision opening, we did use this family from the mechanical equipment category, and we want to check the access for fire alarm device category, and for that category we have this family for smoke detector. So on purposely, before script finished, I did also show over here empty folder, so you can see that the script automatically created this folder. Before we take a look on this report, just to show you, so on purposely we did move this smoke detector from the field of revision opening, and we added one more, so the Excel should show that. And also you can see over here that that solid was created. So from the exact position of the smoke detector, we did create this solid up to the curves of revision opening. And regarding the level, so you can see over here that for fire alarm device the level is just level, but for mechanical equipment that is schedule level. So the script is created in a way that we can use it for different categories and different purposes. So my idea was, okay, let's just tell user to type some part of the level name, some unique part of the level. And that is why I did use 00, because for the next floor we'll have 01, 02, 03, and so on. Okay, so now regarding Excel, Over here in the first two columns, we are aiming for situation where nearby we have a revision opening and a device, and it is probably that user maybe did put smoke detector on one place and then put below revision opening, and then in some view where some of those elements are hidden, somebody move one of those elements. So for that kind of cases where we did find very close to each other firearm device and mechanical equipment, but they are not one below the other, we will list those elements over here. In the column C, we will list the elements for which we did find a ceiling type which requires a revision opening, but on those places we didn't find revision opening. Over here you can see that by two different criteria we did spot the same element, and that is true. We can copy this ID, we can use select by ID, and for both of those criteria this condition is correct. So this fire alarm device, it is very close to the revision opening, but it is not below the revision, but it's not one above the other. And also for this element we did find ceiling type which require revision opening, but this element doesn't have it. Also in the column C we did also find this ID, and it is this element over here. Ceiling type requires revision opening. This device doesn't have it, and because of that in the Excel we did find this element, and the script will do this for the entire floor. When you finish with one floor you will go to the other, and so on. So those are two first cases. Then we will talk about those solids. So let's select a couple of them and let's go to the 3D view. Okay, the first thing which is very important, as we said, the solid will be created from the exact position of the, just to turn off the filter. So the solid will be created from the exact position of the smoke detector to the exact position and location of the revision access profile. So that is why solids are not symmetrical. They does not have the same height. You can see maybe over here. There are too many elements. Let's just leave just a second to filter a little bit. So we will leave just mechanical equipment and fire alarm devices. So you can see that we have solids with basically different volumes because the position of the fire alarm devices and mechanical equipment, it's different even on the same floor. Okay, now from here with all our elements we will go to the Navisworks. So now we have all MEP installation, which are basically only the elements that can obstruct that access area for fire alarm devices. And now we need to create collision checks, we need to review results, and at the end to create some kind of the report which our colleagues will use to resolve issues with those access area spaces. Now the fastest thing to create those clash tests is to create some selection set for those elements, and on the other hand to just compare them versus entire model. Okay, so after some check and grouping of the collisions, so we did spot a couple of situations, and over here I will not go very detail in those collisions, but I want to show you what I consider to be a problem and what things we can improve, and we can say that it's not worth checking because we want to minimize the time needed now for resolving those collisions. So we do not want to send all collisions to the colleagues. We want to group them and to send only the things which are relevant. So this, for example, it is an issue, and you can see over here that in this space where we have revision opening, and we can maybe show other installations, where we have smoke detector, we have some element which create obstruction for accessing this element over here. This is, let's say, partial obstruction, but anyway, I would suggest that somebody resolve this. Same things over here, but let's check some things which we can approve. For instance, things like this, where 90% of the element is outside of this zone which is needed. But unfortunately for this element over here, you can see that we have some pipes which create obstruction. So we can ignore this cable tray going through this access zone over here, but we will need to resolve the issue with the pipe. Similar situations, but 96% of this cable tray is outside of that zone. And over here, I would say that we will have duct accessory, which create obstruction for this zone, but it will show in the ventilation clash check. But maybe everything it is okay. This is also maybe a good example that it is worth checking these spaces below, maybe even if we get out from this clash test. So you can see over here that we have some ducts. This is a duct which is on the path of this revision opening. So this T fitting we will need to move. Also this return duct will need to be to move a little bit. And also this is a heating pipe, and now that pipe probably it will be hard to move, but maybe we can consider different position of the smoke detector in this case. We do not have a lot of those problems. You can see over here, maybe in total we will have 30, maybe let's say 50 cases on, I don't know, 200 of those elements. That is not big an issue, but now we will reduce the time needed for our colleagues to check and resolve those issues. So they will not go and check every single one. They will get a list of specific elements that they need to check, and after they finish with the check, we will perform this process one more time just to confirm that everything is okay and that moving other elements didn't influence again this issue with fire alarms. And this is it for this video. Thank you very much for your attention. See you in the next video. Bye.